Oh, whoops, I forgot to change the thing. Crud. And case 3, save. Okay, here we go. All right. Sorry, it was a little bit longer than I thought. Okay, we are back for case 3. There it is. Let's just slide these up, make a little bit of room to begin with. Our case topper, Karstark. Let's see if we do a little bit better. Like I said, the first 2 cases, I'd put them pretty even up. You know, grading them, I'm going to give them a C. I'd say they're kind of average. Cast. I keep saying cast when I mean to say characters. I don't know why I do that. First autograph. Not a good start. So who do we have watching with us right now? Only a couple of watchers. I know it's tough on a Saturday afternoon. There's one of the maps. Parallel. Nobody feels like chatting right now. I want to see. I noticed that when I do the wrappers, I'm trying to be a little bit more aware of the audio. I get up to the red sometimes. So is the wrapper that loud? There's character parallels. There. How you doing, old Goldie? So what are boys tournament coordinator? What? Just looking at your username there. What is that for? Okay. Dan Hildebrand, Valerian. And a much better start here. Natalie Emmanuel and Jacob Anderson. I know neither of them individually, which again, Jacob Anderson, for as really as big of a part in the show as he was, never really card-wise, never really amounted to, you know, much in the drafts. But nice pairing. Yeah, that's what I mean. And I don't know about him outside of the show. I mean, I know that she, I don't know if she still is. I know she was in some of the Fast and the Furious movies. Character. Autograph number 1. Yes. I don't know if they actually announced anything, but from what I had read, most people figure it's the same as what they did in Inflections, that there's probably roughly 10 of them. So it's some seriously long odds to pull one. But I would hope with 10 cases, we've got as good a shot as anybody. But they produced more of this. There's 11,000 boxes, so that means that there should be, figure, 900 cases. And if they did make 10 of the Clarks, then we're only looking, you know, again, be 1 in every 90 cases. Pairs numbers. Or maybe we could hope that it's a little bit easier, because the sketches are 1 in 5 cases. I think that's how the numbers, is that how the numbers worked out? Wait a minute, I have the checklist. Where's the checklist at? There it is. Lower sketches, 1 in 1728. So that is, what's it, 244? No, that's actually, is that 7 cases? 8 cases, that's 8. 1728 divided by 244. That's 7 cases. So if the odds are the same as that, then we have a really good chance. Yes. You know, before I started this afternoon, I did a quick search on eBay looking at, you know, what's been put up so far. But when I put in Game of Thrones complete, so a lot of other Game of Thrones auctions came up, or listings, I should say. And then there was one for a Clark, but it turns out it was an Inflections one. Character. Autograph number 2. All right, Ian Beatty, gold. Now that gold actually looks good. And another duel, David Bradley, Lucy Hayes. We got that one in the last case as well. So a couple things with these breaks that I've been saying in each video. There's a lot of base for me to sort, so if you know right off the bat if you are going to end up with a base spot and you don't want it, let me know so I do not have to sort. 120 sets, I guess that comes out to roughly. Save me the trouble. Secondly, I have 1 or 2, I am not sure how many yet, binders for Game of Thrones Complete. So if you are interested in a binder, shoot me a PM. And until I figure out what I'm actually going to collect myself personally, I don't know how many, if I'm going to use 1 or 2. Yeah, they're not bad. You know, I guess I would have to actually read the back of one of the cards and see how do the 2 pictures, you know, each card is supposed to be for 1 episode, so how the 2 pictures correlate to what the description is. Coming from the standpoint of a set collector over autograph collector, I would say, why not just make the base set twice as large and have, you know, I mean, how you think about it, in the regular releases, the first 30 cards were episode cards, so have a 240 card base set. Fine by me. But I know I know most people would rather have a smaller base set and more autographs. I'm in the minority. I mean, the season 1 to season 8, they've all been pretty much identical. The only thing I didn't like is a couple of the sets had different numbers of cards in them. You know, at least be consistent that way. Like season 8 was what, only 60 cards? And then season 2, 3, one of them was 100 cards. Can't have it cases without that guy in them. Map. Parallel. There's a gold Stas Nair. And our duel, Daniel Tweet and Tim Plester. Well, they do have a duel of a young and old Hodor. Oh, you know what? You said meat pie. I was thinking hot pie. Autograph number 1. Chris, did you, no sketches yet. You know, just taking the odds for what they are. I thought it was 5 cases. It's actually 7 cases, so we're looking at 1, maybe 2 if we're lucky. I thought we were going to be at, you know, should be at 2. Now, I'll be honest, you know, the first, like I said, the first 2 cases, they were okay. I'd put them at pretty much average. Excuse me. Not anything special. You know, pretty much what you'd expect out of your basic case. The first case had it was SD2 is the numbering on it. The Daenerys Tyrion duel. I think that was what it was. So that's the best relic to get by far. Unless it turns out one of them is, you know, rare, but won't know that until a bunch of this gets broken. And then the second case, we had 3 Podricks. One of his autographs, the full bleed, is a scarce, so that was good. I don't think there was a scarce autograph in the first case. That one there, we get at least one of this guy in every case so far. So to say, Chris, did you post in my thread on Blowout about the box mixer? I feel like you did, but I got that all squared away on what boxes I'm going to be using. I just have to get the break submitted. All right, Alasdair Simpson. That's the first full bleed. And Art Parkinson. I'm going to guess that says Rickon. That's what it looks like it says. And our first inscription. I know this just came out. There was only one that I saw, non-archive sketch on eBay. It was a Hoi Trong. Okay. Well, you'll see. You know, it really started with me missing the old Cryptozoic Arrowverse stuff. You know, Flash and Arrow and whatever other sets that they had put out. And some of them, like Flash and Arrow, they only had boxes left. So it's 12 different products, 3 boxes of each. So I'm gonna miss some, but there's 1 Flash, 1 Arrow, 1 Gotham, X-Files, Twin Peaks, Lost in Space, Orville, Marvel Gems, Star Wars, Last Jedi Series 2, I'm trying to think, there's two or 3 Star Wars, and then Walking Dead, Hunters and Hunted, Walking Dead Road to Alexandria. And I mean, really, as compared to maybe in a Rittenhouse one, I'm not sure. But there really isn't any, especially Cryptozoic, you know, you don't really have a lot of case hits, I don't think, for those kind of products. So I think that's going to be one of the good things, is that, you know, do you have better shots of getting something with an entire case of a product? Sure you do. But at the same token, if they don't have an entire case of a product, I think this might be a fun way to kind of try and step back on some older product that either we never opened, stuff that is fun to open and isn't super expensive. Like, I mean, they have cases of Gotham, which we never opened, and a lot of people like the show. I mean, X-Files, obviously, not many people wanted that break, but they have plenty of that to open, so maybe do that as a super cheap one. Autograph number 2. Well, I remember, wasn't it Doobie Penguin who tried to do some sort of a Harry Potter break? And I mean, that was recently, like within the last 2 years. But something happened and it didn't happen. I don't remember what. See, now I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I never read the book, never watched the movie. I mean, I know it's insanely popular. So now, I definitely have seen Harry Potter stuff up on the site. Is whatever they have, is it not anything worth breaking? Kind of like when they have cases. There's some Topps X-Files. Obviously, there's nothing in it to get because the entire case is like $70. Or I always wanted to buy one of those cases of Journey to the Center of the Earth, the Brandon Fraser movie, just because, again, the entire case was like $50. Thought it'd be something I could just give packs out to kids, let them open them. You know, I mean, it's pennies. All right. Valerian, Ian Hanmore. I gotta tell you, there are a ton of Ians. I guess because it's, you know, over in Europe. A lot of those actors. Iwan Rheon and Elizabeth Webster. Well, I guess same question I would have. So the box mixer that people said that they would join, the one, because I wouldn't have gone through the effort of looking up all these different products and seeing, you know, making sure that we could have something not expensive to break just for fun, a bunch of different things. So with Harry Potter stuff, I don't know what Blowout has, but just making a guess here, but if they had 2 or 3 different releases, I mean, would people join if there was 3 or 4 boxes from a couple different releases? And I'll have to guess people were going to join in the first place because there's no redemptions. They long since be expired. But I guess the fear is if somebody had boxes or they had a case, they'd open it and they'd pull, you know, some whatever, a couple of monster hits out of there, and then they just left the rest because they figured there was nothing left. At least I pretty much know from Blowout, all their stuff was from their own cases. Autograph number 1. Yeah, I tell you, neither of my kids, you know, both of them, they tried. They collected cards a little bit, but didn't really stick with them. My son, I mean, I guess because he's a lot older, so he doesn't care at all anymore. Even some stuff like the most he'll do is when he sees if I open up something, because he's a closet Star Wars fan, he'll maybe ask for a couple of cards of characters he likes, then he just throws them in his nightstand. And then my daughter, she'll just, when she goes with me to the shows, she'll just buy whatever junk looks good to her. She doesn't care. There's one of the character parallels. But that's what I figured. You know, if you do enough, you know, variation, you figure, like I said, a little bit of Arrow, a little bit of Flash, a little bit of Gotham, a little bit of Walking Dead, a little bit of Star Wars, and figuring almost every box is going to average 3 hits out of it. You know, it's going to be like how Topps just says 2 hits. Cryptozoic will be 1 autograph, 1 wardrobe. Autograph number 2. And then, you know, a 3rd hit will be, you know, probably whatever the parallels are that come out of a box or something like that. So if the boxes average, you know, 3 hits and then there's 3 boxes of each and we snake a bunch of picks, I figure, like how I usually do it, I'll try and work the numbers so it comes out to, like, say, $30 a spot. Seems to be a good number to keep at. You know, if I can make it cheaper, I will, but just throwing that number out there. And then, you know, the odds are you're going to be able to get something from one of the properties that you like no matter what. Pairs. Okay. Natalia Tena and Donald Sumter duel. And where's Liz at? Nikolai Koster Wald. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Jamie. And I don't even have to bother looking to know that that is a scarce. All right, 3 cases. That is the best autograph we pulled easily. I would take that over any of the duels that we got. Which really, the 2 Cersei duels are the best ones that we had. But I'll take that over those, no questions. pairings. And are all of the boxes redemption free? So in Cryptozoic, it really doesn't matter because they pretty much honor all of their redemptions. So if we were lucky enough, and I don't know if there's any still available, couldn't tell you if Flash even had a redemption. Arrow had redemptions. I don't believe the two Star Wars that we had redemptions. Walking Dead did not have any redemptions. Rittenhouse almost never has redemptions. Matter of fact, the last Star Trek, the Star Trek Inscriptions, that had a redemption in it. That might be the first time I ever remember seeing a redemption in Rittenhouse. At least in any product that I've opened. And Marvel Gems does not have as far as I know, that didn't have any redemptions at all either. Yeah, because that's why Force Awakens Series 1, I think it is for Star Wars. Oh, yeah. I think, well, that would have been out of Valerian Steel. I want to say that might actually be the second hardest duel to get, if I remember correctly, because it was the Tyrion Podrick, I think was actually the rarest dual autograph to get. All the Valerian Steel we opened, I think I only ever pulled one. That was a lot of fun to open, Valerian Steel. A little bit too much risk versus reward on that one now. I mean, it wouldn't take much to actually pull something to give yourself a chance, but I would think something like that at this point would have to be a pack break. That's your only chance of doing anything with it. I know Jeff asks every once in a while. They had a case, Blowout had a case of it, but it was, oh man, at the time I want to say it was like almost $4,000. That's a rare thing to have right now. Yeah, I regret. I had the Sean Bean oh geez. Wait a minute, which one did I have? I'm trying to remember now. It was either I'm trying to think if it was the Ned Robert Baratheon one. Oh, we got a relic in this box. And I ended up trading it for an Inflections base set. So, you know, not a smart move on my part. I could have gotten a lot more out of it, but that's what I got when we did the pack break of Valerian Steel. That's what came out of my pack. And map. Okay, let's start with the lower one here. Will Tudor, Valerian. And our relic. Yeah, I guess it must just be an optical illusion. When I pulled the last relic, I swore it was miscut, but Jon Snow and Robb Stark. So now that's 3 cases, 3 different relics. And we got Inscription, John Bradley. She's a person, not a goat. I wonder if Mr. Tarley has any rare inscriptions. Some of these are crazy that they oh, I was looking at the wrong person. There you go. Now all of his are the same range, 25 to 50. So nothing rare there. Character card. I was hoping to be able to get all 4 cases done before I took a dinner break. Unfortunately, I had to take a longer break before this case than I wanted. And it's already 4 o'clock my time. So when I finish this case, I'm going to stop. I'm going to scan in, I guess with the Marvel Anime, I mean really, except for, I'll list everything, except for scanning the 2 sketches. I'm not sure. I mean, the autographs are just autographs of the base cards. This is one of the progression metal cards. You're supposed to get 2 per case. We got 3 in the last one. Here's Sam on this one too. I did mention to Pears to Rittenhouse, since they made one called Valerian Steel, they should make another set and call it Dragon Glass. Kind of go with the themes. You could do an all acetate set, or they could even be metal cards. Just have a darker coloring to them. Oh, you know what? Show you something real quick. Taking a quick side. I for my birthday, I went on a little bit of a shopping spree, and I added relics to what I am collecting for Game of Thrones because I'm running low on all the regular cards. And I got the, speaking of that, I picked up the Dragon Glass relic from season 5, I think it was. So they were not easy to come by. So I went a little overboard, picked up like 10 different, yeah, probably 10 or 12 different relics from different series. I got to make a little bit better of a push for some of the cards on my want list, because a lot of them are little cards, you know, things that are only a few dollars, so people don't bother to even put them up on eBay. That was an insert. I forget the odds. It was more than one a case. They're serial numbered out of 200. There's a character. Autograph number 2. All right, not much here. Full bleed, Chuku Modu. That was the first one in the 3 cases we pulled of that one. You know, when it comes to the inscriptions and the duels, there's a lot of them, so, you know, it's easy to not have a lot of repeats here. Sam Coleman, Young Hodor. Ooh. I made a mistake. I picked up a pack of Starburst. Now I gotta unwrap the wrapper. Yeah, most of the inscriptions are, you know, 25 to 50. Pair. So we pulled the Jaime Lannister full bleed scarce autograph. So that right now is the #1 autograph out of all 3 cases that we pulled. You know, again, it goes the Natalie Emmanuel Jacob Anderson duel is our best duel so far. And we did get our relic already, which was Jon Snow, Robb Stark. So again, 3 cases in and 3 different relics. Well, we gotten 2 Rickons so far. The one which somebody had to look it up last night, it was his birthday or his birth year was like 295 AC, something like that. And then the one that we got that just says Rickon. Autograph number 1. All right. This is by far my favorite autograph. I don't know. I didn't look at the full checklist well enough to tell you if there's another one, but out of what we pulled, not saying value-wise it might be there, this is my favorite autograph. parallel. Hey, if you're looking at the checklist still, while I'm opening here, on the duels, are any of the duels scarce? I don't remember if they have them listed by rarity. I don't remember. Where is our second autograph at? Character. I did see, and maybe it's the same one I saw. Somebody they hadn't finished opening their case, and they had the Maisie Marseille duel. I think they said. Okay. Yeah, I think another reason why I like Game of Thrones is there's a lot of Ians. Ian Davies. All right, now, sorry, I'm jumping to the checklist for a second. Duels are at the bottom. I'm just curious. I didn't check to see if they had. Okay, so they have scarce is. Oh, that one we just talked about. Aidan Gillen and Rupert Van Start is a scarce. And then extremely limited. Wow, so all right, anyway. Scarcity aside. Jerome Flynn and Daniel Portman. There you go. Bronn and Podrick, my favorite. Right there. If they could have a triple and put Tyrion on there with it. Okay, so that definitely gives me that case 3 is the best of the 3 so far. Autograph right off the bat. I just want the odds to be in our favor and we get 2 sketches between the 10 cases. Now, I'm going to guess that the sketch comes in a soft sleeve, because they usually do. And, I mean, it's just, I can't tell if there's one or not. But when I grab the pack individually, I'll be able to tell if there's a soft sleeve or not. And then if it has the progressions in it, it's a lot heavier, so that's easy to tell as well. Character. Parallel. Character parallel. Well, in the first two cases, she's been in both of them. So, and she's got a lot of autographs in this, so it's not out of the realm. Character. Well, I don't think you're going to get your wish of a sketch. Pairs. Because I don't feel a saw sleeve in this pack. Okay, Valerian version, Francis McGee. And Ian Glenn and Ian McElhinney. Two more chances. I don't think so, but maybe. I'm actually just trying to feel for the other metal card. Well, we got that duel in the first case also. You know what? I didn't even. Let me just see something real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's one more duel and one more inscription to come out of these two boxes. Character, parallel. There's an inscription. So the duel is in the last box. Character card. Here. Parallel. Map. I don't think we've pulled one Littlefinger yet. Now I'm thinking about that. Well, I definitely heard that about 300. I don't know about... So then they CGI'd her head on it? I mean, I haven't seen 300. Autograph number 2. Alright, this was... that one's not a good one. All right, Valerian, Adele Smith Kennedy. And inscription, Ian Glenn, all men fear death. Aileen, Aileen. You don't want to get too deep into it, because with Rittenhouse in particular, you think about it, they go all in. I mean, think about, somebody had a list. I think it was over on NSU with James Bond and with Star Trek, that how many different autographs they had from those series. Well, she only signed, the only other signing that she did was season 8. She had the bordered version. But a lot of the secondary characters, I'm sorry, I don't even want to say secondary. I guess, you know, the real background characters, don't really remember them at all. Yeah, I look at them like, oh yeah, they look familiar, but I couldn't tell you one thing about them in the show. Chuku Modu, not a clue. Matt. Alright, so this, I believe, is the other Progressions metal card. Yep. Ah, Daenerys too. Gotta like that. Character card. Alright, autograph number 1. So we're saving the duel for last. And that's good, because been there, done that here. I'll just Susan Brown, Valerian. Character, oops. Don't think you're going to be getting your sketch though. Alright, so we limped out of this one. No Cersei. Unless there's a surprise in these last few packs. Pair. And we end with Iwan Rion and Charlotte Hope. The pair makes sense, you know, show-wise, character-wise, but it's not a top duel. Okay, all done. So our relic was Jon Snow and Robb Stark. Golds of Staz Nair and Ian Beatty. Valerians, Susan Brown, Adele Smith Kennedy, Francis McGee, Will Tudor, Ian Hanmore, and Dan Hildebrand. Our full bleeds: Ian Davies, Chuku Modu, Alistair Simpson, and I'm not going to bother, Jaime Lannister. That's the scarce. That's the best autograph we've pulled so far out of the 3 cases. Inscriptions: Ian Glenn, All Men Fear Death. Sam Coleman, Young Hodor. John Bradley, She's a Person, Not a Goat. Art Parkinson, Rickon. Nope, slides off. Okay, duels: Iwan Rion, Charlotte Hope. Ian Glenn, Ian McElhenney. Natalia Tana, Donald Sumter. Iwan Rion, Elizabeth Webster. Daniel Tuite, Tim Plester. David Bradley, Lucy Hayes. And then our best 2 duels: Natalie Emmanuel, Jacob Anderson, and Jerome Flynn, Daniel Portman. Okay, so that is it for case 3. I'm going to stop for a little bit. I have to scan and list up the stuff from the anime break last night, and then I'm going to go eat dinner, and then I will be back for, hopefully it'll be case 4 from this, and then I'm hoping for the first 2 cases of the reverse. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys probably in about 2 hours.